Welcome to Le Foot, your podcast about French football, and the season is over, and this week it's time for awards. This week's episode we're going to give it to the goalkeeper of the year, we're going to give it to the best defender of the year, we're also going to give it to the best midfielder and the best attacker. Let's go.
Hello, gents.
Hello.
Hello. How are you doing, Jeff?
Good.
Nice. Basement.
Back in the basement.
No, but I'm doing good. Nothing special. I think exciting to talk about some awards for our case. But how are you guys?
Yeah, it's good. I'm super curious to hear what's your thoughts looking back at the season. I mean, we've been watching and following this league closely now for quite a long time. But I think we all have different perspectives and different favorites and, are caught by different things. So I'm super curious to hear what kind of cracky awards you're handing out. Should we get started? Goalie.
Let's get into it.
And just for everyone, we're gonna do so that one of us will give all four, and then we head to the next one. All four categories. So, Dennis, do you want to take it off?
I can take it off. I have as the best goalkeeper of this season. I'm gonna put Robin Risser. He has done so much for Lens, and the performances he's put up is just. It's an A-team kind of goalkeeper, and he's just a great goalkeeper.
Do you think he has the capacity to be the future number one in the French national team?
Absolutely.
The only thing, I think Risser has had a tremendous season and he finished it off with a trophy for Coupe de France as well. But the only thing with Risser is that I thought that we started to see some soapy hands. A few matches now. I mean, it didn't really matter much. I think they managed to turn that match against Toulouse around. But you saw 2 or 3 matches in a row where he was a bit slippery. But overall, I can't disagree. What a performance. And also, I mean, a young goalkeeper. And it's
going to be exciting to see his career going forward.
But if you could not pick Risser, did you think about any other goalkeeper, or was it just like, I'm going to go with Risser?
I was thinking about. I really like Guillaume Restes as well, but given how they perform in the league overall, I don't feel like I can fully back that up. Same with Kofi, who's had a tremendous amount of saves. But again, I feel like the same intuition as I have with Restes and Toulouse. Can't really back that opinion up. So that's why I kind of chose and went with Risser.
Is one thing I want to add. Does any of you think that Risser looks a little bit like Cole Palmer and vice versa?
You know what?
There's a little bit of resemblance in their face, right?
Now that you said it. now that you said it. I have not thought about it at all, but I think you're not wrong. They look similar. Maybe it's his French cousin,
Oh, yeah.
And Cole Palmer do have some heritage from some Caribbean island. I don't know if you've seen that. It's some grandparent or something of his.
He doesn't mind a bit of a jerk chicken.
I wonder what Robin Risser's take on jerk chicken is. I mean, him good. Being from Strasbourg, up in Alsace, I think it's more other local cuisine than jerk.
Yeah, more of a local cuisine guy. But that's Palmer as well, to be fair. I mean, you've seen the videos about him talking about chippy chips and stuff like that. So.
I've seen plenty of videos of Cole Palmer just being Cole Palmer. You can watch it all day, But Dennis, I'm super curious. I think a good pick if I'm gonna, sit on a high horse and assess your pick here. But good pick.
I'm gonna finish up with something else there regarding all of these players as well. But next pick as a defender, I'm gonna go Niakate.
Interesting. I think
The
this one
beast
might
from
be.
Lyon.
Yeah, this one might be where we all, go different paths.
Could be.
Maybe, yeah. But I think, he's been the backbone of Lyon's defense. And I don't think that they'd be in the Champions League playoffs if it weren't for his contributions. However, an honourable mention for me would be Malang Sarr in Lens. So that's my defender.
Oof, I'm a bit surprised here with the Lyon player, but I must say we talked about it I think a few weeks ago that when Lyon was faltering, we saw the attacking options also not performing, but he always showed up.
Yeah.
So I think the backbone of this Lyon team is him and Tolisso.
Yeah.
And I really surprising but really good pick. I like it. Niakate, Champions League football in a struggling Lyon, that is also an achievement. It's
I really think so.
Yeah.
That was my thought process going into that pick as well. Going on, my midfielder. I think we all might have the same player here. Vitinha. He's a beast and probably the best midfielder in the world. But I could also go with Kebal. He has more of an attacking midfielder playing style, which he's a joy to watch play. But I think Vitinha he's just unbeatable.
Yeah, and the development of this guy, and he was fantastic last spring in the Champions League run-in, and this year as well, both in the league and in the Champions League. 6 goals as a passing midfielder in the Champions League. It's crazy impressive. I can
almost as many in the league.
Yeah, and
because he's not scored that many in the league, but
yeah,
I see him more so the guy who sets the tempo in the midfield. So you can't be blindsided by only looking at statistic all the time. But if you look at him play and what he does for the team, who sets the tempo, like he's the motor of the team.
Yeah. So he's just he's the best midfielder in the world, if you ask me.
But here, like Tuvan, or do you count him as a striker, or is he, someone you guys or someone you thought about here?
As a striker?
No, but here as a midfielder.
No.
Or would you place him in the striker?
I would
category?
place him more in a striker category.
Okay.
So no, I did not consider Tuvan here. Actually, I did. When you mention it, I did actually not consider any like wing players or
this was clear.
Attacking midfielders like that.
This was clear.
It was pure midfielder. Properties and capabilities and striker.
And it's a bit hard to oversee Vitinha here. I must say. I'm gonna present my pick later, but I think it's hard to get past Vitinha when mentioning the best midfielder of the year. So to your point, and one other thing that is crazy with him is that he's passed the most passes in the league, and he actually also combines that with having the highest passing correct accuracy of passes. And that's quite unique, because the more you pass, of course, the more there is a risk that you're gonna have a failing pass. So I think these numbers also. But then forward. Attacking option. Tell us.
I feel like it's gonna be such a boring pick, and a pick which I think most people would do as well, similar to Vitinha. But I have to say Ousmane Dembélé.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say another name.
Oh, really? All right.
Yeah.
And why is because if you look, he hasn't played like a substantial amount of minutes, actually. No. But he's given the amount of minutes he's played, he's scored so many goals. So I think given the frequency of just scoring goals is quite insane.
Yeah, because if we dive into those numbers a bit, one could argue here that he started only 11 matches, and then to be the left foot attacker of the year. You could argue then why, but I mean he has played 22 if you count when he has come in.
Yeah.
And to your point, 10 goals in 11 starts. It's stats that are staggering, and I mean we can pick whoever we want.
Should that be, involved in the decision of who's the best player of the year? If you haven't played, all the matches, whereas another player has.
I think this is deeply.
Depends on how you think about it.
Yeah, and I think that's it's personal. I think everyone has the right to their own opinion. I mean, in some award ceremonies now in France, this was a debate because he did get some prizes, and some argue then. But in a way, I can still understand that when you give a prize, you also think about the word best. And I mean, same with Endrick. Yeah. You could not give a single prize to Endrick if it was about playing a full season because he came in the middle. So in a way, I find it. I think everyone should be up to themselves to do a pick. And I hear your argument about Dembélé, and I also hear the argument about maybe he should have started more matches to win it. But we also follow French clubs in the Champions League, which I think can impact our decision. Yeah. And there he has played plenty, as we know. I mean, 10 starts, 7 goals. Insane. And we're going to get... I mean, next week's episode, we're going to talk about the goal of the year as well. And he definitely has a contender, Dembélé. I'm not going to speak anymore about that.
I think it's interesting that you also said that given the few games he's played, because that was also something that I thought of, that they should at least have played like 50% of the games, as well as I put more weight into that with the goalkeeper and the defender and the midfielder actually to have played a substantial amount of games, because you really want to celebrate players who's present and always there. And that's a very fair point with Dembélé, that he hasn't been in every single game. Whereas a lot of other strikers, maybe not every single game, but the vast majority of them. That's a good point, yeah. But yeah, those are my picks. We have, just to summarize, Robin is there in goal. We have Niakatea in defense, Vitinha midfielder, Ousmane Dembélé as a striker.
Like it.
Yeah.
Jeff, is it your turn? Or do you want me to start?
No, I can go. So I think our picks are somewhat similar. I also have Risser in goal. The amounts of games he's played this season and how crucial he's been for Lens throughout the entire year, and his age into consideration there as well. So I think Risser was somewhat of an easy pick here. Even though I looked at other goalkeepers like Dominic Reif in Lyon, for an example, but I couldn't justify picking anyone else. And then when it came to the defender, this is the position I felt was hard to find, like a clear one.
Yeah.
And I was like Zaire Emery, but then he played so much on the midfield, with Fabian Ruiz going out, because I really like him. So I'm gonna say I thought it was really difficult. I didn't know who to pick here, so I took Pacho from PSG.
Here we go. But you know what? I think that is a good choice. Yeah. Because that name popped into my head as well, and it felt a bit like I think I will find another performance in here. But I have to give. I have seen some matches when I look at Pacho and I think like, is this really that top quality defender? But I think he has shown up, and he has also this year improved over the course of the season. The longer it gets, I think the more stable he looks. And I have this thing where I think playing next to Marquinhos is not always easy, because Marquinhos is not that very, very physical defender. Like you have the leader in Van Dijk, who is always used as an example of a physical leader. But I think Marquinhos is a different type of centre-back. and playing next to him as Pacho does, I think, you know what, I think it's a good pick. And of course, PSG player. We could pick many PSG players, but it's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good one.
And then he went out injured half of the season, more or less. But I also think Jacquet in Rennes is a good defender.
Yeah. Who knows when we'll see him again?
And where? And then when it comes to the midfield, Vitinha. I picked him for all of the reasons we discussed when just recently. But here also I thought about Thauvin, because he has probably been as influential as Vitinha, maybe not as much, but somewhat close as influential as Vitinha for his Lens. Structuring that midfield and also producing a lot of goals and assists. And just out of curiosity, I looked on Thauvin a bit, and like before Lens, he was in Udinese for a few years, but before that he was playing many seasons for Marseille, and there was one season when he scored over 30 goals.
Wow.
Including Europe and Ligue. Wow. So I mean, he's a man of capabilities, and he knows how to score a goal.
Damn.
But yeah, it's Vitinha for me as well in the midfield.
We have a lot of PSG in here, but I mean it's PSG.
We do, and then that brings me to the attacker, and Charlie said, like, when on this episode we'll take the best attacker, and then I think I'll give two names here. Because it depends on how you think about the best attacker. Similar to like the Ballon d'Or, are you picking the best player, like who the player is the best, or are you picking the player who's been best that season, and in this case also considering only like the French league, not any European games and stuff like that. And if you take that way of thinking, I'm gonna go with Le Paul. But if not, it's gonna be Dembélé.
Oh yeah.
So I wrote Le Paul, but then like when we discussed this before, I'm gonna have to change to Dembélé because he's the best player. He is, and in this case, the best attacker. I also think he won already the best player of Ligue now, so he got that. But in the other perspective, I would go with Le Paul. Also had Greenwood if he would have kept going, because I mean
he showed out.
The first half of the season he was doing very good. So if he would have continued on that path, Greenwood might have been that pick, but now Le Paul.
And I think with Greenwood, just as you mentioned him, I think his part, because I mean his name also, it can come up when you think about fantastic seasons, but the way he's been a part of OM's downfall has just been something that is hard to get rid of when it comes to his name. I think he had a 2/3 of the season fantastic, but the final third kind of puts a stain on everything. But really good picks. So you guys, just to sum it up, Jeff.
Risser, Pacho, Vitinha, Le Paul.
Good. Okay. And then you have Risser and Vitinha in common.
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm gonna head into my choices, and I'm gonna start off. It's a name that has already been mentioned, not as a pick, but as an option, and that's Kofi in Angers, goalkeeper. Of course, I see Risser as well with winning the Coupe de France title and doing what he has done for Lens as the greatest achievement. But when you look at the goalkeeping performance this season, I mean, the saving percentage for Kofi in Angers is the highest. 10 out of 30 matches, clean sheet. And here, what makes me pick this choice is that he plays in a worse club. Especially for a goalkeeper. I mean, Risser has also had to take a lot of saves, but I mean, when you think Kofi has been doing it all year, it's not. So you mentioned him, Dennis, and that's gonna be my pick. Defender, I actually landed in Malang Sarr for Lens. So another mention you had there, and there is two factors which is key. I mean, he has been great performance-wise. He has many things that I want to see in a defender, but he also has played 33 out of 34 matches. And in the Coupe de France, which they eventually won, he has the most minutes played. So he has been just there week in, week out. And if I'm not wrong, he played 90 plus minutes in every Ligue 1 match this season for Lens, doing a fantastic job, except for the 45 against Lyon in the last round, because they brought him off when they are ahead 3-0 to rest him for the final. So basically it's a player who plays every single minute.
Wow.
So that's where I landed. I'm not going to speak much about my midfielder pick.
Well, I feel like just to stay on Malang Sarr there, I feel like that's an accomplishment in and of itself.
Yes.
Just to be there
be
all
fit.
the time and be fit all the time. It's well said and very nice pick there.
But I think it's nice also just to go back shortly there on Coffee also. It's quite a luxurious problem then for Lens next year, because Coffee is on loan from Lens to Angers.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't see them, because Risser is also 21, Coffee is about 30, so you have that in your calculation, but it's a luxurious problem.
I read somewhere that there is Premier League interest in Risser now, and Aston Villa is one of the clubs. Will he stay? Will he go? We don't know, but I think then it's a perfect opportunity for Lens to really cash in, sell the young goalkeeper Risser big, and bring in Coffee. He's gonna do a decent season. So yeah, they are stacked when it comes to goalies. Midfielder, I'm not gonna mention much. My pick is also Vitinha. You guys have already spoken a lot about him. I think you were all right. It's hard to pick someone else. Honorable mention, I just want to mention Sangaré in Lens, also played a lot of matches. Great defensive midfielder in this role that I really like when you have a good player. I mean, you can think like Kanté, Gattuso, that kind of, in Sweden we call it like a cleaning lady, who really does the hard job in the middle of the pitch to allow creative players to flourish. And I think for every Thauvin, Said, even Edouard that you have, you need someone like Sangaré for that to work. But Vitinha, I can't pick anyone else. And then striker-wise or attacking-wise, I actually wanted to pick Thauvin because, I mean, he's a midfielder, but a forward-leaning one and creative. But I have to pick, same as you, Jeff, Le Paul, because this guy scores 21 goals.
Yeah.
I think when you hit that 20-plus mark, something special happens with me when it comes to attacking players. 20-plus goals in a top 5 league in Europe, it's special. And he's the only player who managed to do that in a club that is Rennes. It was not always great. I mean, when they were under Habib, it was struggling. And then Frank Hess comes in and he's just scoring goals. So I actually have to pick Le Paul. Yeah. And there is plenty of great attacking options, you realize, when looking at this. We haven't even mentioned Panicelli, who had a fantastic season until he was injured.
Yeah, accumulated 16 goals.
Yes.
And has been injured for quite a long time now, a few months. So, he could have been up there with Le Paul, scoring 20 goals this season.
I remember this conversation a few weeks back when we had all them three with similar amount of goals. I think perhaps Le Paul was on 15 and the others on 14, or if it was Greenwood on 15 or something.
Yeah.
Panicelli shortly after that, going out injured. Greenwood falling down with Marseille, and Le Paul, he kept on going and ending up winning this.
Really impressive. To sum it up then, so my goalkeeper is Kofi from Angers, and then defender Malang Sarr in Lens, midfielder Vitinha, and then attacker will be Le Paul.
And I think interesting here for our listeners, I was thinking about this now, we can upload a photo on Instagram on each of our sites, and then you could comment which person you agree with the most. That'll be interesting.
For sure, and we'll put it everywhere: Instagram, TikTok. What more is there out?
We don't have a Snapchat yet.
I don't think we will ever have that. Let's see. But that is good. We're gonna summarize everything for you, and we look forward to seeing you next week with the rest of our awards. That is it for this week. Thank you so much for listening to us giving out the awards, which we will continue next week. So tune in to hear that. And for queries, you're always welcome to reach out at lefootpodcast@gmail.com. Now we want you to have a great week and see you next Monday. Au revoir.